So, on behalf of everything in the universe, the floor, the chairs, the walls, the atmosphere, every atom, and the floor and the chairs again. Welcome, 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 welcome. I love that word, welcome. We have a new streaming service and a new credenza. And everything else new too. The whole universe completely new. This moment. That thought you had many times, completely new. A sense of self, completely new. A sense of no self, completely new. So sweet to come together and allow ourselves to notice. I was going to say allow ourselves to just be as we are. We don't have to allow ourselves to be as we are. Just notice, oh, we are as we are. We are as we are. Who in here has never been to a satsang before? Any newbies? Yay, newbies! It's a trick question. Everyone's supposed to raise their hand. I've never been to a satsang before. So, to the beloveds that are here, that are new to the satsang moment, and beloveds that are at home, that are probably new to a satsang moment, how sweet that as human beings and all that comes with being a human being, if we just feel into the tone of this aliveness of this life, the tone of the wonder of our capacity to think and to imagine and to believe and to interpret and to experience and to project and to name and describe and measure and separate and categorize and compare. The wonder of, in the context of this conversation, I'll use the word mind, or as my friend Candace O'Denver calls it, data. Data. The content of awareness. So usually in different situations, usually in different experiences, the invitation, the encouragement is to emphasize the content, to emphasize the story of someone going somewhere, the story of someone evolving, someone awakening, someone learning, someone undoing conditioning, someone releasing trauma, someone getting to the core of the problem, someone solving something, someone, somewhere, someone going somewhere. Wondrous content, what an adventure. And the invitation, if we can just turn it off, that'd be good. And the invitation in this moment is to notice, something else here that has never been limited by the shine of content. that has never been covered by the titillating, tantalizing, succulent thoughts of mind, assumptions of mind, interpretations of mind, projections of mind, imaginations of mind, stories of mind. And in Satsang, we come together to notice, to get familiar with this space, this, we can say, basic space of being, to get familiar with this set stage or the screen that allows for every movie to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Every movie of oneself, every movie of other, every movie of world, every movie of human design, every movie of, what are some of the other fun ones? Astrology, every movie of, what's the new one that's really fun? Gene codes, all the movies of any kind of interpretation, any kind of description, any kind of identity. And to notice what remains undressed and naked about you. What remains so, we can say, pure, undiluted, untarnished. Or we can say untamed. What remains wild about you, free. And we may notice, we may go to mind to search for it. Let me look for that one thing. And it's just nice to notice mind given an activity, and still there's an awareness of mind doing something. There's an awareness of an attempt, or an awareness of a searching, an awareness of a redirecting, an awareness of activity, or an awareness of no activity. And still awareness not have to be evoked or manifested or created. A sense of awareness, that comes and goes. A sense of oneness, that comes and goes. A sense of infinity, that comes and goes. A sense of peace, that comes and goes. A sense of love for everything, joy, that comes and goes. And so the invitation here is also to not have to rely on senses for a moment as an experiment from a space of curiosity, to feel into something closer than anything appearing new. I like to say a good clue that something is going to go is if it appears to be new. This invitation is more simple than anything that appears new. There may be a new sense of opening, a new sense of perception, a new sense of, again, these popular words: oneness, wholeness, ease, well-being, relaxation. And then we get attached to these senses. And then we move into all kinds of stories about, oh, well, I'm not aware right now because everything feels like shit. Oh, I'm not the light of awareness right now because I don't know where awareness is, and my toe fucking hurts, my knee hurts too, and I'm hungry, and all I have is one grape in the fridge. Wherever mind goes. But we just innocently overlook, as that movie is playing, the movie of someone going somewhere, someone awakening, someone realizing, someone dissolving the dream, someone having an ego death, someone, all the wondrous, wondrous, wondrous things The wondrous activity of mind that only ever exalts the space they appear in. Just like all the objects of this room say there is space here. The sounds that you may hear say there is silence here. A silent, aware listener. Whether it's a train, whether it's a violin, whether it's a bunny fart, whatever the sound might be. Movement, announcing the presence of a stillness that allows for the dance of apparent waves and particles to be. So sometimes we move into satsang spaces as a way to get free or amplify freedom, a way to explore something called liberation or amplify something called liberation. And then the sweet, sweet discovery is that it's not an isolated thing that just includes a particular someone released from bondage or someone becoming free. But if there were ever any things anywhere to begin with, the discovery is that all gets to be free. Mind, so free. Body, so free. Notice right now the freedom that is this moment. Everything allowed to be itself. Carpet, so free. Plants, so free. Smile, so free. Sensation, so free. Knees, so free. Toes, so free. Description, so free. The indescribable, ineffable vastness, so free. That sound, so free. So free. I want to say sofrito. Ay, qué rico sofrito. Dios mío, dame un poquito de eso, por favor. En un sartén. Arroz. ¿Qué carne hay? Sofrito. De maíz, sofrito. De bari, es sofrito. De house, es sofrito. De Colorado, es sofrito. Facebook, YouTube, sofrito. Instagram, TikTok, whatever it might be, it's a sofrito. Sofrito. So free. And so sweet. That was a huge, we can say in hindsight, discovery to notice that whenever there was a sensation or a feeling that in the past I was taught to be like, oh no, I don't like that. That's negative. I don't want to feel that. I got to do something with that. I got to, the three ways that separation fuels itself. The ego attempts to refuel a sense of being a separate self is to either indulge, avoid, or replace. And so, when we don't notice how free the sensations are and that we could be an atmosphere of permission for these energies to have a full life and an honorable undoing, then we get really busy at trying to control all of that or cope with all of that or alter all of that or fix all of that. And none of that's wrong. This is not that this is wrong and this is right, but how sweet that we can discover that we have other options available to us. We have other options. You don't have to just indulge in the thinking. So let's say there's a sensation. The indulging can look like, oh Lord, is that cancer? Oh Lord, what is this? Or what's going on there? Or I got to do that. So oh, that was from my great-great-great-grandmother, and I got to heal that. Or that's from my past life that I got stabbed in the neck by a gypsy, and then I got to heal that. And that was this, or I got kicked by a camel, or that happened, and mine will go all kinds of places. Have you noticed? create all kinds of stories. Then we go talk to someone who's a psychic, and then they tell us more of these stories. Well, it's wondrous. Adventure, adventure, adventure. Nothing wrong with it. But how sweet that in that we innocently still overlook the wholeness that is this moment. We still don't give ourselves an education in the nature of mind and an education in the nature of stability. Mind self-releasing, feeling self-releasing. We don't have to do self-releasing. We start noticing the stability that is, which is awareness. Feel into it for a moment, all the times you've ever looked into a mirror and all the changes that may have taken place in body. Maybe you looked into a mirror the first time you noticed when you was 2 or 3. Then you looked again maybe when you were 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And, and it's like that awareness stays the same. That light of awareness. Maybe the flavor of who you are changes. A sense of who you are. The body definitely changes. Awareness is stable. Just feel into it for a moment. In this moment, how present awareness is. If we were to get into a discussion about thoughts and all the thoughts you have and what kind of thoughts you have, all that discussion does is confirm the stability of awareness. We can get into a discussion about all the different feelings we've had in our bodies over the years. And then that happened and this happened, and then I had this sensation, and then I had to get my appendix out, and then this thing, and then I had a kidney stone, and then I did headache, and then I did this, and all of that confirming aware stability, unwavering awareness. We can talk about spiritual experiences. You've had some out-of-body experiences, some lucid dreaming. You talked to a blue avian, and you went down to the 11th dimension, and you this thing and that thing, and you got a kiss from Krishna, and you drank some tea with Lakshmi, and all of that supporting, celebrating, confirming aware stability. Aware stability, your nature. You're always present with you, never faltering, not once seduced into a dream or an imagination or a body. Your nature. Allowing, delighted for all the apparent ticklings of a universe, all the apparent shimmer of aliveness, all the apparent emotions, all the apparent assumptions, all the apparent dreams, all the apparent adventures of time, and all the apparent adventures of something called causality, cause and effect. Closer than anything that can be lost or gained. Closer than anything that can come or go. Just as this, like this. Aware, loving intelligence as immediate perception. Freedom as immediate perception. The absolute as immediate perception. Golden Satchitananda milk as immediate perception. Infinite awareness smoothie as immediate perception. Yum, 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 all is well scone as immediate perception. Mhm. And before I continue, does anyone have anything you'd like to explore or share or throw at me? And for the beloveds watching, you can either leave a comment on the thing, or if you know me and you know my phone number, send me a text message. Yay! Oh, hello, Leaf and Divine in Pucallpa. My beloved ayahuasqueros. Leaf and Divine Church, watching from Pucallpa, Peru right now. I love you all so much. I'm so very happy. Hi, 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 hi. Hi to the huts. Hi to the birds. Hi to the leaves. Hi to the vine. Hi to all the ailments, all the experiences. So fun. Sometimes mind will have thoughts like, it can't be that simple. There has to be other things to do. What about my to-do list? What about my karma? What about my world's karma? What about the world? What about evolution? What about all that has not been learned yet? What about this planet? What about climate change? What about yeah. Or sometimes mind will imagine or do the yeah, but there's all these things that I have to do first before I can rest as infinite rest. Yeah. Not saying any of that's here. It's just fun to notice. Hmm. Can you, for beloveds at home? Thank you.
We've made it a far way since the last time I was here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so good to be here with you all tonight.
So good seeing you.
I really like what you said. Maybe like I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago about coming here to Satsang and using this time to kind of explore something beyond the
Mm.
senses
Mm.
because it's been a while since I've been here,
Yeah.
and in that time frame in the past year, I've been spending a lot of time at the Krishna Temple in Denver,
Oh, beautiful.
at the Krishna Conscious Temple,
Mm.
Consciousness, and a lot of what we're talking about in Krishna consciousness is like, you know, working with the senses, the five senses,
How exciting.
and uh, we're the way that it's being explored is um, how those senses are, how we receive information is through those senses,
Mm-hmm.
and the teachers of this practice will say that those senses are contaminated.
Okay.
Okay, And so based off of, our karma, past life regressions,
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Yeah, so sweet.
And just being here today, it's like, wow, there's this thing called awareness.
Yeah.
And so when we're like beyond those, besides those five senses, how we
Mm-hmm.
receive all that information, we're not talking about awareness. We're,
Right.
and I feel like in the past year, I've almost forgotten about awareness. Just
So exciting.
yes,
I
yes, it is exciting because it's exciting to remember,
love that. Yeah.
and because you know they say, whoever they are says that the
Mm-hmm.
senses are contaminated, but the thing that's not contaminated is our awareness, because
Mm-hmm.
awareness is awareness.
Mm.
And I just think that that's exciting to remember.
I love that. Yeah. It is really exciting to
Like
remember.
when in doubt, just come back to awareness.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just another thing,
Uh huh.
the thing that's exciting about just being here and just being with you, Ash, and just
Mm.
remembering this practice,
Mm.
um, is that life has a way of happening. Life has a way of
Yes, it does.
consuming us and sucking
Mm.
us up, and we might forget to do our sadhana practice.
Mm.
But the thing that's so beautiful about this practice is there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like you know, I work in a jail.
Mm.
I'm a practicing therapist, and I'm running
I love
one
that.
of the mindfulness groups there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
thanks.
being there.
And I have been going through a lot lately, and
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really been sitting on my cushion or getting
Mm-hmm.
on my yoga mat lately.
Yeah.
And I was like, who am I to run this mindfulness group when I'm not even doing my own practice?
Yeah.
But then I come to realize it's like the practice is everywhere. The practice is constantly happening. It's not just when you get on the mat. It's not just when you get on your cushion, but it's
Right.
it's literally it's just noticing. It's just awareness. The
So
awareness in
fun.
itself is the practice. So
Ah, beautiful.
yeah. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ah, I love hearing that. Yay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So beautiful. Yeah, one thing that we don't notice with our senses, it's like there's a lot of emphasis on the senses, and in that, a lot of emphasis on story, and in that, a lot of emphasis on stories that support stories, past stories. And it's just a wondrous, assumed virtual reality realm breeding other virtual reality realms. And all of them are empty of an independent nature. None of them actually are something separate from the sweetness that is the awareness that is, that you are. And also with our senses, what we don't notice innocently, so perfectly, so appropriately, it's kind of like when we look at our phone screens. How many images have you seen on your screen today? Lord have mercy. You go from a waterfall to a kitten to somebody, doing this and doing that and some words and nature. I mean, all the different images, but it's still just the screen. It's not like there's an actual kitten there. It's the screen. It's not like there's an actual waterfall there. It's not like there's an actual, whatever the cooking show is there. Same with our senses. It's just awareness with itself. The self with the self. Wondrous that we can celebrate that with the dream of separation. In some instances, separation may seem like an obstacle to the wholeness that is. But as we get familiar with this wholeness and are willing to allow the sense of separation to be itself, it's nothing but confetti. Atoms are the confetti celebrating the wholeness that has never once been interrupted. This moment is itself. not diminished, not weakened in any way or dampened in any way. The roar of existence, just as this moment is. Senses exalting the purity that they arise from and still remaining pure. Tell me a sense that has not said awareness is here. The mantra, the salutation, the chant, awareness is here. Just like every shadow says there is light here. Doesn't matter if it's a shadow of a boot or a shadow of a peacock or a shadow of a Ganesha bought at TJ Maxx. Don't matter what the shadow is. Shadow equally says there is light here. It's not like one of them says there is light here louder than the other. Same with all the appearances. All the senses say there is awareness here. They run through the streets, naked and crazed and drunk, screaming, "The beloved is here, the beloved is here, the beloved is here." Poetry of phenomena. Poetry of perception. Inescapable. This love in love with itself. And how beautiful that there's all these attempts to speak to the unspeakable. And all this innocence of not having an education in how mind works. I love the quote that says, "Religions are but the footprints of where truth once walked."
I was just, when you were talking about an education and how mind works.
Yeah.
And before you were saying how mind is self-releasing.
Yes.
And if we really hear, if I really hear that mind is self-releasing,
Yes.
like poof,
Boof.
smoke.
Poof. Boofo. Uh-huh.
This idea of a quiet mind.
Ah. Blasphemy.
Yeah, well, it's ridiculous.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
It is
And yet
such.
so much of our path is to quieten the mind.
And who
that
do you think? Who do you think planted the idea of a quiet mind? Yeah, it's the ultimate extension of unassumed or uninvestigated mind.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The only thing that's a problem with mind is mind.
Right.
Only thing that has a problem with ego is ego.
So when you say self-releasing,
Yes.
I mean, all I can say is poof, but
Yes.
is that what you mean?
Self-releasing. Yeah. That the only thing that wants to engage with mind is mind.
Yeah.
And in the presence of an apparent mind, let's say there still feels like there's a mind here, chatter here, and just allow it, give it space. You know, I always love imagining videos of cows being released from factory farms and touching grass for the first time. And just like, have you seen those cows? It's like big old doggies. What's the I want to pet that dog thing?
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? It's- And then when you just allow mind to be, it's like, oh my God, mind gets to be free. You allow emotions to be, emotions get to be free. And that's only a certain level. As we get familiar, then that is outshone, already outshone. But how sweet that there's no ceiling to wholeness, no ceiling to sweetness, no ceiling to love, no ceiling to peace, no ceiling to rest, deeper and deeper. Yeah, self-releasing. Oh wow, imagine all the energy used trying to control mind, trying to get mind to work through a certain set of rules, trying to get our beliefs to be the best ever and be the cleanest ever, or the whatever your kink is ever. And then it's like, oh, I was doing so good, and then now I gotta do this and do that and da 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 da. I mean, innocently just overlooking every atom in its place, every thought, if there's ever such a thing, in its place, everything in its place. And then that's where my favorite word comes into play. Available. Available. I love the story of human beings noticing their true nature as infinite, vast intelligence, so human beings can recognize the value of simply being available, and that there's nothing more powerful than an available human being. Available. Living as art, living as solution, living as an uncontrived compassion, uncontrived kindness, uncontrived I hear you, I'm here, I'm listening, uncontrived I don't know, and I'm here. Hands available, intellect available, our gifts and talents available, the sweet dream of individuation available, our snowflakeness, the uniqueness of our particular energetic matrix available. And then our lives are grace in the matrix. Grace in the matrix. Available, willingness, and vigilance are my three favorite words. Oh, that reminds me, I was about to say my free favorite words. And it reminds me of this. Where did I see it, or where did I hear it? Who knows? In the universe somewhere. And it was this man talking about being humbled by a child when he was having an enlightened moment and was exclaiming to the universe in his apartment, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. And a little girl walked by and looked at him and said, so what? I'm 4. That's so cute. I'm free. I'm 4. Flow, such a flow. I was talking today in a session I had with a beloved. They were really concerned about their flow. All kinds of flow. And then we just explored the assumption that your flow was interrupted. You know, I love the work of Byron Katie. It's such a good tool, such a sweet little tool for the mind. Yeah, your flow has stopped. Is it true? Can you absolutely know that your flow has stopped? And then I invite beloveds to look where they find the evidence. And then maybe they notice, oh, I'm going right to my head and seeing images of a past that's no longer here. How do you react when you believe the thought? Your flow has been interrupted. Your flow has stopped. I feel stagnant. I feel heavy. I feel like, what images come to mind? Images of me doing nothing. Images of the world going by. Ultimate FOMO. FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. How real is a separate someone when you believe the thought? Oh, very real. That shit's very real. I'm very separate. How real is the concept of time when you believe the thought? My flow has stopped. Oh yeah, that shit's very real. Because all I do is think about the past and have images of me in the flow and images of me not in the flow. Or images of people in the flow and images of people not in the flow. So yeah, time is very real. Oh, good to notice. So good to notice. How real is the concept of cause and effect? When your religion, when you're a devotee to my flow has stopped. My flow has been interrupted. Cause and effect, how real is it? Oh yeah, that's pretty real because I'm constantly looking for something to affect my flow. Wondrous. Who would you be in your moment without believing the thought, my flow has stopped? Oh, what laughter poureth out of this beloved. Just here. Oh yeah, nothing but flow. Nothing but flow. Even the sense of no flow, when allowed, total flow. Sense of stagnation, when allowed, total flow. All gets to be free. All gets to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. A sense of I stopped gets to be free. No interrupting thy flow. Wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it go. I do have a song about it. Let's see. How does that song start? Mm-hmm. It's alright if you want to call in the rain. Bang pots and pans, make some noise, don't forget the pain. It only contributes to enriching the fields of my inside landscape. There isn't a storm large enough that can scare the sky away. Oh no, no interrupting my flow. The Ganges fly out of my soul. I'm drenching the world with a love so deep it has no boundaries. Oh, no interrupting my flow. This moment's beyond our control. I give all I have and more love rushes right in to fill me. Feel free to invite all the mouths I have kissed before. Ooh, bring all them bitches. My mother, my brothers, my sister, each slamming door. I've noticed a transparent bridge that when trespassed supports only war. Naked is the armor I'm wearing, I'm putting down. I saw, oh no, no interrupting my flow. The Ganges fly out of my soul. I'm drenching the world with a love so deep it has no boundaries. No interrupting my flow. This moment's beyond our control. I give all I have and more love rushes right in to fill me. Give all I have and more love rushes right in to fill me. I give all I have and more love rushes right in to fill me, fill me. No, 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 no interrupting this flow. Oh. No interrupting thy flow. Gracias, 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 gracias. Gracias. Anyone else want to explore something or sing something? Yeah. Anyone at home? Your voice just put me at ease, brother. Yay, brother. I love that. Blessings, blessings, blessings. And now, forget about ease. How can I assist the opposite of ease? Such a permission slip, right? The sense of ease, so good. Permission slip, sense of resonance, so good. Permission slip, sense of peace, sense of love, sense of warmth. So good. So, so good. And sweet to discover what's the same and the apparent opposite of things. What's the same with ease and dis-ease? What's the same contracted and open? What's the same enlightened, ignorant? What's the same asleep, awake? What's still here? What notice the shift in body or biochemistry? What is aware of a shift in the nervous system? Or the way the muscles live on your bones? What's the same? This is what we begin to discover the option to rely on, as opposed to relying on a sense to tell us we're okay, or a circumstance to tell us we're okay, or a breath to tell us we're alive or okay. Closer, It's like getting familiar with clean energy as opposed to relying on the innocence of pollutants or unsustainable resources of energy, relying on coal, relying on natural gas, discovering the Nikola Tesla of aware well-being. And then how interesting to we start noticing that the emphasis, we're not caught up in sorting out positive, negative, and neutral all the time. Oh, my body feels good, doesn't feel good. My emotions positive or negative? Is this feeling good? Is the energy here good or bad? It's like that starts relaxing. It's so funny because we pay so much attention and it's so perfect. I mean, goodness, how wonderful this uh, impulse, this instinct to survive. All of that has its place. And in getting familiar with the peace that passeth understanding, how sweet to start noticing, oh wow, regardless of how body feels, well-being is here. Or regardless of what appears to be on the screen of circumstance. There's a woman from Alabama who I love. Her name is Edwene Gaines. And we've done many events with her. And she plays music that I've written and performed all at her retreats. And she's such a sweetheart. She's from Alabama. Thick Southern accent. And she's a beloved elder. And she has a line that I love that she says, I am not moved by appearances. Therefore, appearances move. I am not moved by appearances. Therefore, appearances move. And we discover that option of being not moved by appearances. Then we watch them self-release. Like, oh. And then we discover an ease of being. Oof. Oof. Let the planets collide. Let the galaxies devour each other. Let the dance of this dream be itself. This stable. This is reliable. This trustworthy. This union, where the word union makes no sense. Have a few more moments. Yes.
I have this kind of beautiful memory coming up.
Oh, fun.
We were in India and we were going to see Ramesh Basikar, and we're getting on a train in Bangalore and we're talking about all the questions we want to ask him.
Oh, it's so fun.
And you get there and you're in this room and you're on a hot seat, and I go on this long explanation of my understanding of whatever, and he just says, all he says, I speak literally for like 10 minutes, all he says, you're not the doer. And what I'm feeling is it's almost like a slow release pill that slowly is just dissolving in me.
Oh, how beautiful. Slow release pill. I love
Slow
that.
release, or like in Dune where they have a shield and you have to pierce the shield. It has to go slowly through the shield to actually penetrate your heart. And when you said this thing about the awareness in the beginning, that it's always there and it's not involved in doership.
Right.
It doesn't get involved in doership.
Right.
And I've been feeling this soft surrender into no doership.
Oh, how sweet.
Like not interfering, whether the body is tired or energized, whether I know something or I don't know something. Yeah. Just coming back to the space again and again.
Right.
So yeah, I really appreciate the space.
Yeah, and the space really appreciates you. And delights in all the apparent doings. How delightful.
Yeah.
How delightful.
Yeah.
Nothing ever sticking.
No.
Yeah. And part of this education in the nature of mind, self-releasing, and if it still appears to appear, noticing its innocence tendency to co-opt, and in that, innocently corrupt any apparent thing, every apparent thing. This is that quote of religions are but the footprints of where truth once walked. There may have been a profound, honest, genuine opening. And then mind comes in and says, oh, it's this, and this, and this. And these are the codes of conduct, and these are the rules, and this is how you dress, and this is how you chant, and this is what you say, and this is how you cook, and this is how you eat. Nothing wrong with it, and nothing right with it. Innocently arising, overlooking that tendency of mind to recreate, to reconstruct, to do, oh, I'm supposed to rest as awareness. Okay, I'm going to do that 20 times a day, and then eventually in 5 years or in 2 weeks, it's like mind immediately goes to, okay, now that's the instruction, or that's the practice, and that's okay, wondrous, and so sweet in those moments to notice, wow, what if nothing happens in this moment? Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no one to go, nowhere to go, no one to know. Really just here, like really just as this. You'll never be more awareness than you ever are this moment. You'll never be more free than you are this moment. More vast, more at peace than you are this moment. Just as the moment is. Just like this, all included. Everything gets to come to the party. Every feeling gets to come to the party. Every thought gets to come to the party. Every sense gets to come to the party. All strategies gets to come to the party. and everything serves. And all is necessary until it's not. I love what Byron Katie says. Everything happens for you, not to you. It's very powerful and very real for beloveds in a particular dream, for the sentence, things happen to me, not because of me. To be a open door of freedom. So wonderful, so powerful. And then when the ear, the heart, the being is ready to hear, everything happens for you, not to you. And that is heard and received. And everything we've ever experienced, we discover we're at the feet of that in gratitude. All the apparent bad, all the apparent good. Genuine thank you, genuine gratitude at the feet. When I do plant medicine ayahuasca ceremonies, the Satsang, the name of the Satsang, it's always different, but the name pretty much stays the same for fun, is what is the medicine at the feet of? What is the medicine at the feet of? If mind is at the feet of the medicine at the feet of awareness, and awareness at the feet of all. At the feet of all. Yeah. We have a few, just 5 more minutes. Anyone wants to share something or explore something? Anyone at home? Anyone that got my phone number? Believe me, you've assisted the opposite of ease. Hey! Yes.
Going back to your friend from Alabama.
Hey, Edwin Gaines.
What can you repeat what she said?
I am not moved by appearances. Therefore, appearances move.
When you first shared that, I was like, yeah, try and understand that with the intellectual mind. It doesn't make any sense. And I feel like, just from coming to your satsangs in the past, I've always wondered, what is life like for Ash, like when we're not in satsang? I mean, every moment is satsang for Ash, I imagine, which is how you're able to get to sharing satsang with all of us, I would think. But what I'm kind of taking away from tonight is the idea of the intellectual mind and where it, like, what its position is versus like awareness and how they're in relationship to one another. And I know for me, I spend most of my time in my intellectual mind.
Do
and
you?
Like even like when we read from the scriptures.
Wait. And do you? I love I spend most of my time in the intellectual mind.
Mm.
I'm just curious in this moment.
Yeah.
Look and see. Do you? Is that true that you spend most of your time in your intellectual mind?
I mean, I think that's a narrative I share with myself. I don't know if it's necessarily true or
How
not.
fascinating, right? Yeah. High narrative.
Mm-hmm.
High narrative I share with myself. Yeah, and maybe it's not 100% true,
Mm-hmm.
but just as a noticing. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I find myself being in my intellectual mind right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now take a look at that, because a lot of times, anyone else experience being in your intellectual mind before? Yeah, it's such a. Now, for a moment, notice what's aware of the sense of being in your intellectual mind. How can you say that so confidently? I'm experiencing being in my intellectual mind. Is awareness in your intellectual mind? Or is awareness still free?
I would say that awareness is free.
Yeah. Now, for a moment, feel into how awareness experiences a sense of being in the intellectual mind. And does awareness have a problem with a sense of being in the intellectual mind? Or is there infinite space for the intellectual mind, the sense of being in the intellectual mind, to be here? Yeah. And it's so good when you started this, it's true. It's awareness that only hears that hears, I am not moved by appearances, therefore appearances move. Because you are awareness, you hear that. And it's true, the intellectual mind can't hear that. It has all kinds of thoughts about it, all kinds of what ifs, all kinds of buts, all kinds of yeah, but it's awareness that hears that. I'm not moved by appearances, therefore appearances move, including the appearance of being in an apparent intellectual mind. Maybe you, as awareness, have never been in something called an intellectual mind. Sometimes when we imagine ourselves to be ourselves, so fun. When the emphasis is on the sense of separation, then we self-diagnose the things that we do. Oh, this is how my mind works. And this is the things, and that can be very powerful. But again, we don't notice that we're just not caught up. We're emphasizing something that has no substance. Maybe awareness and who you are has never been caught up in intellectual mind. Maybe awareness has never been caught up or even emphasized a story of separation. It can move us into that tricky space of the doer. I gotta do, relaxing, being caught up in the intellectual mind. I gotta meditate more, recognize awareness more, so I'm not in the intellectual mind. And all of the things that we do can be so helpful. And I'm at the feet of all of them. The mats, the mantras, the studying, the rewriting, the scripture, the reading, the teachings, the practices, the concentration exercises, support, permission slips, and so sweet for a moment. Yeah, yeah. What's here? And now, before we had that little exploration, was there something else you wanted to speak to? No. Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. And was that helpful? Okay. I'm so happy. Yeah, it's nice for a moment in our wondrous lives that are going to have all the things that life has, all the things that dreams have. Who knows what's around the next corner? Who knows what may unfold? Who knows what journeys these beautiful bodies may experience? And how sweet to recognize that there's a space, that you are a space of infinitely loving benevolence, that you are an atmosphere that is so welcoming. Everything feels safe in your presence. This whole dream of a world gets to appear in the safety that you are. Thank you all so very much for this time together. Thank you, beloveds online. Thank you, Restream. Hey! Welcome to Satsang. That's cute. If you'd like to explore, before you turn it off, Bodhi, just let's see, I'm from the support mind, intellectual mind. Every month there's plant medicine ceremonies here in Boulder, Colorado. Last weekend of every month. If you feel like a little bit of a deeper exploration and support, they're non-dual by nature. So the invitation is to notice what doesn't change when body appears to change, perception appears to change during any plant medicine, any psychedelic, the psychedelic of identity, the psychedelic of assumption, psychedelic of thought, the psychedelic of religion. What remains the same regardless of the psychedelic. And also, if you're interested in self-realization mentorship, I have one opening available as an option to explore. And you can either message me, whatever platform, or speak to me, or text message me, or send me one of your little doves with a little note on its foot. And we'll explore that option. Music, there's music. The song I sang tonight is being recorded. I haven't released it yet, but there is music on either AshRuiz on all platforms or Here to Hear. And all the songs this moment singing to itself, just like every other song in the whole universe, always only this moment singing to itself. What else? Any retreats coming up? I think we're good. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Is it done? It's done.